Hello students, welcome to Modern Management Technique class. I am Professor Namrata Hampiholi from Department of Commerce and Accountancy, KLS GCC Belgavi. We are dealing with the third unit, that is Human Resource Management. In our previous class, we have completed with the concept called a job analysis and its related concepts. In today's class, we are going to move to the next concept of this unit, that is job designing. So before moving to its meaning and other related concepts, let us understand what was the reason behind introducing this job design. So this job design is a recent origin, that is which has recently been introduced. So here when the manager understood that the employees are usually bored of doing the same work or the same routine, that will result them in a boredom as well as the increase in a turnover as well as the increase in the dissatisfaction. There will be a low productivity, and in the overall it will increase the cost of the organization. That means here doing the same pattern of the work or doing the work with the same routine or the same pattern will lead to the dissatisfaction among the employees, or it will lead to the boredom of the employee. That is, they get bored of doing the same routine job daily, right? And because of this, after a few days or the few months or the few years, they will be bored of doing, and their productivity or the quality of the performance will decrease here. So to avoid such a type of the difficulties in the organization, to keep the employees motivated, here the HRM has designed this job, that is it has brought the concept of job designing, wherein the same work is done but in the different manner. Okay, so now for example, let us take that like you are studying for your examination, right? Or you are you are coming to the college and your daily classes will go on, right? In the class, when you like sit for the lecture, right? If there is a same repeated lecture or there is a same pattern of learning, even you will be bored there, right? So if your pattern of learning changed, that is you come on the stage and present the lesson, or you present the concept, or the concept may be understood by the way of learning by doing some activity, then your mind will be refreshed and you will be not bored to sit that class for the next day. In the same pattern, when you even when you are learning some new concept or when you are sit for studying, if you study in the same pattern, that is just reading the line, understanding it or by hearting it, you will be bored to read for the next time. In case if you use some of the new technique or the new trick to understand or learn the concept, you will be interested in learning. So the same way here, job designing also means here integrating the work, that is it integrates the work content, that is what is the task to be performed, what are the functions and relations, and what is paid for them, and what are the qualification for that particular person to fulfill, that is what are the skills he required, what is the knowledge he required, what is the ability he required for the each job, in the way that it meets the needs of employee as well as the organization, right? So here another meaning here is job design is an attempt to create the match between the job requirement and the human attribute, right? That is, here they analyze what are the job requirement, that is what task is to be completed, and on the another side they see that how the personnel in an organization will complete that with full of motivation. So here it involves the organizing the components of the job and interaction pattern among the members of a group. That is, how will you interact with your other coordinates or the other employees in the organization. So this will help to develop the appropriate design for the job to improve the efficiency and the employee satisfaction. Then next, coming to the methods of the job designing. So what are its methods? How can the job designing can be done? The first way here is job simplification. Okay. First and foremost thing is to simplify your job. right? How can we simplify the things here? By splitting it or breaking into the small subparts, right? So here the employee will come to know what are his work in the small units. Okay, so at once giving the employee all the work will even give him a pressure of doing the work, or it will be a burden on him because of he may break down, right? He may not be have he may not gather that much courage when he is being put with so much of the work, right? So to make him to work with full of interest, first simplify the job, that is split the job into the various part, that doesn't even need a much specialized training also. Okay, so here moreover the small operation of the job can also be performed simultaneously. That is, you can, if the job is given very small, then you can perform 2 or 3 jobs at a time. Then next part here is job rotation. So here next, rotation means what here? That is a cycle, right? Moving from one place to another place. In the same way, the job rotation is also a technique which keeps the employee motivated in the organization. So what does it involve here is shifting the person from what work he's doing to the another work, but with the same designation, same salary. Okay, so here instead of doing XYZ, he will be given with another work of ABC, right? That is, he will not be bored of doing the same work daily. Okay, so the job cycle of the actual daily work performed is not lengthened or changed. That is, the same work will be done here, right? So but with a different work, that is, the task assigned will be different, right? So here he will be motivated, so that he will be not able, like doing the same thing or the same work daily will feel him bored, right? Rotation will keep him motivated and also will help him to learn the new things here, right? So here the same way, right? But if like production manager, like if he is in a product inventory department, that is stock department, right? He will be bored of doing the same work. Like if his work been shifted to the some other, like in the production department only, but if like if it goes to some other department like packing department, even he will be learning the new things in the other department, and even that will be changed from the routine. Okay, and here this is a plus point for the some employees, and for some employees do not like this job rotation. Why they don't like here is they don't like their job to be keep changing, because it will create the confusion as whom to report, right? So we have seen that in a job like the directing, that is one of the like unity of command or unity of direction, we have learned that there should be a one boss for the one subordinate, right? So when you're working for the certain task, you know that whom to report, but it if keep on changing, it there creates a lot of confusion as to where to report, whom to report. Okay, and if the person is a very slow learner, right, to grasp the content or what is the work of that particular department, it takes a time. In that situation, if they shift to the some other job, that will create them a lot of confusion, right? So it will be like he will be knowing half of the everything, or that he will be not able to complete grasp all the department works here, right? So that is a plus point of the job rotation. Okay, so here at the this is usually useful for the higher level of the manage, that is higher level of management, because they will be having, they will need to take decisions regarding all the department, so it will be helpful for them. Then next comes the job enlargement, right? Enlargement here, that means here expanding. Okay, so here, and this is another means of employees job satisfaction with the routine jobs in the job enlargement. Okay, here that is it will increase the number of tasks that is to be performed. Okay, so it will give him the extra work. Okay, that is like he will be not given with a routine work, along with the routine work he will be given with some extra work also. In the job enlargement, the scope of the job increases here. Okay, so that means what here, the same work, that is the worker have to do the more work than his routine work, right? So this will give him an opportunity to learn the new things, right? And this will be given him because the management or the manager will find him as a most efficient worker, or his performance is better in an organization. Then next comes here is job enrichment. Okay, so this concept is derived from the Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation, in which he has suggested that the job content is one of the basic factors of motivation. That is, what exactly work you are doing, that is, what is the content of your job, is a main factor of your motivation. That is, you have to be happy with the work what you are doing. Now, example, like I am a lecturer, right? I am doing this work because I like to be in the profession of the teaching. Okay. In the same way, like I don't like a clerical work. Okay. That is sitting at the back office and doing the work. I don't like that, right? That is the content of the office work. And if I'm forced to do that work, I may be not giving my 100% there, right? So the job content is very important here. Okay. So if the job is designed in such a manner that it becomes more interesting and challenging to the job performance, that will provide him opportunity for his achievement, recognition, responsibility, advancement, and the growth. So here the job itself will become the source of motivation to the employee. So if you are doing the job wherein which give you the happiness, that is your interest is more in that, you will be you will be ready to do any task if given to you. So what are the techniques of job enrichment? That is, what will make you the job more interesting, or how to make a job more interesting. First is to by giving the freedom and decision. Okay. So in an organization, the freedom is given for decision making. Okay. That is little freedom. Let the employees take their certain own decision. Then they assign a natural work to the employees. Then encourage the participation, that is, give them opportunity to speak, right? Consider their ideas, respect their ideas. Then allow the employees to set their own standard of performance, right? So let them set their own pattern of working, right? So if the little space is given for their working, they will obviously produce a quality result. Then minimize the control. Okay, that is, controlling here should be minimized. If there is a over control, he may be not keep the interest for the working. Then next, make an employee directly responsible for his performance, right? So here when you are assigning him a responsibility, that is when you are giving him a freedom in decision making, then even give the employee responsible for his performance, right? So when the freedom is given, and if he does any mistake that causes harmful for the organization, let him be own responsible for that. If the responsibility is on some other person, then he will be not serious about that work, right? So let him be responsible for whatever decisions he takes and the work he do. Then encourage the participation of employees in deciding organizational goals and policies, right? So let them think their organization as their own organization, and let them take a steps to reach their goals and policies, right? So if we are building our own company or the own organization, we set our goals, right? So employee being a part of that particular organization, let him set their own goal so that it will motivate him to fulfill that. Then expand the job vertically, that is, keep promoting the employees from the lower level to the higher level. Then introduce the task or the creative task to keep engaged and motivating the employees, and appreciate the achievement when the achievement is done from the employees. So these are the technique of job enrichment, wherein they put on the more interest in the doing the job. That is, here the content of the job, that is what job they are doing, must keep them motivated. So this was all about the job designing. So I hope you are clear with this class, and we shall continue with the next concept in the next class.